Welcome back guys, welcome back to the second part on the pedalboard video. Today we're gonna finish this project. So, last week we made the box, right? All the external parts are done, but still I have to make the internal part where the pedal will go, the bottom, and also make this thing a little pretty because you saw that was ugly. I have some plan for this, so I will let you to my voiceover. See you later. In the last video I left you with the box in this state. Now it's the time to make it look good and functioning. So the first thing that I did was take some piece of plywood to make the board for the pedal board. The plywood is 1 cm thick and it's strong and flexible, so it's perfect for this kind of job. I used a coupling saw to cut in almost the right size, and then I used the Shinto rasp to make it fit, and I think that the contrast between the ash and the light color plywood is actually looking good. I'm quite happy with that. Then was the time for the side support. This will support the board on both ends, and to make that I grab some piece of ash, clamp it on the side of the box, mark where the box ends, then I raise the line 7 mm up, because I want to put another piece of plywood at the bottom, cut the piece, make a second one, match it with the Shinto rasp and cut the end. Then I mark the center of the support and the center of the side and glue them to the box with a lot of clamps. The next day the glue was dry, but I didn't quite like the look of the piece. The straight line doesn't work for me, so to make it look a little better I decided to cut them at a slight angle. I use a small saw for that and clean everything with the rasp. Then I went ahead and made two similar pieces. This will go on the front and the back of the box. I glue them down using the board as a reference. And while the glue was drying, it was the time for some aesthetics. As you can see here, I marked some lines on the top and on the side because I don't really like the look, so I thought that maybe giving some interesting angle will be a better idea. So I start with the side, where I know that I don't like this stairs looking part. I use the Shinto rasp to take away the material and the plane to finish it off. Did the same with the other side. And to be honest, I really like the results, so I went ahead, mark another little line on every corner, and I take away the material even from the front and the back. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this, but after seeing how good it looks on the side, I decided to go even from the front and the back. I also sand a little the board, so they have a smooth angle. And after the glue was dry enough, I took away the clamp, marked the inner line of the bottom, and I made the bottom out of 5 mm piece of plywood. I decided to go with plywood because it's easy to work with. You will not really see that, and it's the part that will come in contact the most with the dirt and the dust, so it's easy to replace with no problem. I cleaned the side using some sandpaper, a leveling beam, some rasp, make sure that it was fitting, and then I could move on to the next task. I masking tape together the entire box again. And then, using the Shinto rasp, I clean the sides, because I decided that I don't want the sharp edge, I want some angle that will match with the lid. And to end the day here, I decided to glue the board. I made a mistake here because I should have made the board slightly shorter because they deform a little the bottom part. It wasn't actually a problem, but that means that I had to, again, went with the Shinto rasp and make the top and the bottom matching. After a day I mount the hinges, And we will not talk about the screw that broke. Damn it! And the box is starting to come together. And then I decided to put the magnets. The bottom will be held by magnets. Here you can see that I put 6. I ended up with 9 at the end to secure the bottom. Then was the time for the hardware on the front. I decided to go with 2 because they are small, they are matching the look, and with this I have a more secure box. And now it's the time for the final touch. As you can see here, I make some drawing. Here at the front I have the logo of my girlfriend, and on the top I draw a Viking sword, 2 wings and the Valknut, because this is a Valkyrie pedalboard. If you know Norse mythology, I think that this will match the idea of the pedalboard. And she liked Valkyrie, so why not? And for the first time I use my Christmas gift for my brother. This Dremel make my life so easier at this stage. Thank you, it was a wonderful gift. Here you can see I'm following the design, taking away the pencil line. It's pretty fast with the Dremel, making just a small curve. Then I sand the remaining of the pencil line, sand the entire box at 320, and then I use a Sharpie to paint black the bottom of the curve to make it pop out, because at the end I decided to not paint the box, because I actually like the color of the ash. Finally, the finish. This is shellac. At the end I could find neutral shellac. Now I need to further test this finish, because I made a little mistake here. The shellac took away a small part of the black mark, and it was actually coloring the rest of the wood, but instead of trying to make it clean, I decided to carry on the color. In the groove it's a little more violet than black, and also there is a shade of violet in the groove in the rest of the lid. It ended up as an happy little accident, and I like it. So I reinstall the hinges, the hardware, and here we have the final product. The pedalboard is done. I had some problem with the finish, as always, but the overall result, it's nice. I think it's nice. I already give the pedalboard to her, to my girlfriend. She already put her pedal. She liked it. Thank God. So when I will have access to a table saw, I think that I will make more of this to sell, because they're nice, and I don't see a lot of this type of thing around. I mean, if you have a small pedalboard, I think it's nicer. I can decorate the box in a nice way. Anyway, with this we end the pedalboard. That was something that I wanted to do for a very long time, and I have to do for a very long time. Now I have another small project that I need to work with, because this workbench needs some upgrade, and I have to do that. And I will see you next week for that, before we start to work on the GGBO of this year. So, as always, I would like to thank you, my Ko-fi supporter, my subscriber, my new subscriber, if there were new subscriber, I don't know, I hope. And I will see you next week for the next little project. And then, my friend, I have some plan for the next build. I have some good plans. And you will see it all. Bye.